Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back to Middle-earth. We are here once again with another glorious Dawnless Day siege battle for you today, and we have a 2v2 here as the elves of Lothlorien are joined by the dwarves of Erebor as they fight against the forces of Gundabad, who have come to destroy the world of good and plunge it into darkness. Yes, we have a glorious 2v2 here. I think it's on large armies as well, so it's kind of like, you know, the numbers of a 4v4. We have 9,000 orcs, well, 9,500 orcs against just under 4,000 elves and dwarves. It's going to be a pretty damn tough siege for the forces of good, but we'll see how it goes. And yeah, as you can see, already engaging here, we've got Goblin Marauders going in against Amoros Sentinels and Galadriel Sword Warriors. Going to be a tough fight there for those light shock infantry to take on. And as you can see, the pole arms here, halberds of Gundabad already getting focused down as well. They look awesome. The Gundabad submod has really done a really good job of making some of these units look very unique, very cool. But yeah, this is a very dead halberd unit. I do like their pikes as well. I don't know how this works. It's like a trident of a pike, really. But yeah, these are, well, pole arm, really. They are dying. The elves taking no prisoners there, killing a very useful pike unit or polearm unit very early on there. And yeah, the Galadriel Bow Warriors and the Twilight Guard, yeah, getting easy kills there. They need to be careful though, not use up all their ammo. There are plenty more foes to kill, including more halberds, plenty more shock, archers as well. I haven't seen any trolls, but I know Gundabad can bring them. Doesn't look like they have actually brought any here today. And the dwarves have got plenty of crossbow ammo as well, I guess, which could be pretty useful for any trolls if they do make an appearance. But I don't think there are any here today, sadly, which is a great, great shame. But yes, if you're a fan of all things Lord of the Rings and Dawnless Days and would like to see some more of it on the channel, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. It really does help out the channel. And if you've got any replays as well, feel free to send them in. I'm always looking for more, especially since there's like a lot of replay, like a lot of replays breaking at the moment, a lot of issues with the replays. So if you've got any that you know that work and you want to have them shown off on the channel, send them in to my Discord. The link's down below in the description. Yeah, the Goblin Marauders, they're going to die pretty quickly. I mean, they are just, you know, like a little recon force. Go and just test out the defenses. It looks like we are on Karas Lith, which is a pretty big map for a 2v2, even like on large armies. So as you can see, the defenders are not defending the walls. They are going to defend the inner citadel and try and hold this. So we have lots of elves and dwarves here waiting patiently for orders. We've got a lot of dwarves. Dwarven barrack guard here stacked on top of each other. So if an artillery piece was to hit this would be pretty catastrophic. But it's luckily for them they're not. You've got Aeromith from Veterans in there as well. But yeah, we have Haldir, who's on the defense here today, along with also Balin. So yes, we've got two fairly major players in the War of the Ring in command here today. I don't think the commanders, yeah, just got Red Citadel Guard, and then I think we've got another Red Citadel Guard. We've got some cool units for Gundabad. If you've never seen the submod, I will go over some of the units here. We've got Rudar Macemen, which are basically just like Dunherd swords, but just with maces instead. What else we got back here? We got Gundabad, Gundabad Warlords, which are one of the top tier sword infantry. They look awesome as well. Look at them; they look really, really cool. We've got some nasty shock infantry back here. We've got Berserkers of Gundabad. So yeah, another sort of light shock infantry unit, but they are very, very nasty and are a Berserk unit. If you've seen Isengard in action, you know that these guys are pretty dangerous as well. Goblin Marauders here, Halberds of Gundabad, Blades of Gundabad, which are basically just like Guldur blades, basically in sort of level and ability. But yeah, they are very, very cool. I do like the unique helmet they got going on. Looks very cool. Then we have Tomb Raiders here, which always makes me chuckle. Makes me think of you know, like the Tomb Raiders, like the film and the games as well. Just makes me think of those. It's very good. We've got a bit of Lara Croft going on there, and yeah, then we've got Red Citadel Guards, which I think is like it's basically just a really defensive spear unit. It's just going to hold the line for a really long time. They kind of give me Spartan vibes as well. Spartan with like a Roman shield. They do look cool though. I don't think there's any other unique units on this side here. Yeah, Rudar Mace. I think they've brought almost the exact same armies, to be honest. So yeah, it will be very interesting to see how this one goes down. Oh, we do have crossbows here, actually. Scav and crossbows, which we've seen these guys before with the goblins. There is a bit of a crossover with the Goblin roster and the Gundabad roster now, because they're both on the same submod. Got Iron Guards here. I think they've just killed a few, looks like Gundabad Marauders, which are a levy unit there. Yeah, they're going to get focused down now, unfortunately. But yeah, the shock infantry over here for the elves is going in, and they're probably getting some easy kills, slicing and dicing them. Hacking and slashing. See what they can do.
Enemy units have returned to the battle.
We already got Galadriel Bow Warriors here, nearly out of ammo. This is a big loss here for the elves. I feel like using ammo, you've got to like use it like it's gold dust. You don't want to be like firing a bit over the top. It definitely obviously killed a very good pole arm off. That was very good of them. But I don't know if they needed to shoot any of the shock or the like in there. I don't think these Goblin Marauders are worth shooting. They light shock at the end of the day. You're gonna kill them with your heavy shock that you have in there yourself, or the swords. The swords here are the sword warriors here, which are a shock unit. For the Galadrim elves, the Lothlorien elves. I don't know why I'm overcomplicating it. The shock here is losing for the elves, is what I'm trying to say. I think that's just because they're in a 2v1 more than anything. Yeah, actually, well, they're back to combat even, so maybe they will win that fight. I mean, Blaze, Gundabad, and Rudar Maceman are nothing that impressive. I would imagine the Galadrims could 2v1 these guys. There you go, a bit of a mass rout taking place there now as Halberds, Marauders, and Mountain Orc Stalkers break. Yeah, nothing impressive really being thrown in there again. It's just really cheap stuff going in. This could be a problem, though, for the elves. Seeing a lot of Mountain Orc Traverses here, all blobbing up together. And they're a pretty decent unit as well. Yeah, the heavy bow infantry. Gundabad's bows are actually pretty solid in melee as well. Yeah, they are blobbing up, and they look like they're trying to shoot shock infantry. They're also shooting halberds and spears over here. So yeah, they're trying to take out some very elite stuff. Here's Vamon Lank, Galadrim Spear Warriors, all being trying to be taken out there. And yeah, they're trying to get good angle, like get rear and side shots into these guys and do as much damage as possible. So the infantry has an easier time of it because, yeah, that's where they're going to suffer really. Like the infantry for both these sides, like both these defenders, really good. Really, really good. Erebor now engaged over here. What are they taking on? Gundabad Marauders. Yeah, that light shock we saw earlier. Taking these guys out should be an easy win. What's fighting over here? Looks like, again, Iron Guards maybe over here. Yeah, they're already throwing in their elites. I mean, to be fair, all the Dwarven infantry is elite, so you kind of can. But yeah, Iron Guards going to hold here for a long time, and they are beating these Rudar Macemen hand over fist. But yeah, the Gundabad submod, if you haven't checked it out, I will leave a link for it in the description. It's a really, really cool submod. Adds a load of new units and factions. And yeah, it seems fairly well balanced, I would say. I don't think Gundabad's super overpowered. I don't know if it's exactly balanced to the main mod, but it is fairly well balanced. I've seen it used quite a bit and had good battles and good results from it. So yeah, we will see how it goes down. I mean, you can see the Rudar Macemen having struggling against the dwarves, which is good to see. And it looks like even the elves are, you know, kind of like clearing them up hand over fist. They are slowly being overwhelmed here, though. But this is kind of a 2v1. I am kind of not surprised. The longer that fight goes on, probably the worse off those Galadrims are going to do in that fight. I mean, it looks like we're going to see archers anyway go in and just clear up the remains. Looks like the Twilight Guard as well now, shooting them reinforcements. Goblin Marauders they're taking out. Again, I think it's a little early to be shooting Goblin Marauders. It's a long way to go in this siege, and there's a lot worse shock infantry to come up, like the Berserkers. Or those Tomb Raiders. Lara Croft will need shooting down.
Display.
Yeah, it looks like they're actually going to get beaten here as well. With the introduction of that new Marauder, it is actually looking like that's going to make the difference in this fight here. The Gladiator Sword Warriors and the Amarok Sentinels are starting to lose. Whether they could pull more reinforcements back, or it looks like actually the Elves might be retreating back towards the Citadel. It looks like they are just going to cut their losses with this sort of like outer defense, and they look like they're going to retreat already. Got Gundabad Marauders down here trying to help kill off these Galadrian Bow Warriors. And even though they are bowmen, the Elven Bowmen are still pretty decent in melee. The guy proving there, slicing and dicing that Orc. Yeah, Galadrian Bow Warriors here. I mean, they should get some decent kills, you'd imagine. They'll hold the line for a little while, allowing some other guys to get out here. The Twilight Guard are certainly very good at melee, that's for sure. Back to the Dwarves. Looks like they are having an easy-ish time of it. They are starting to lose some troops. The Aerith and veterans over here are going into melee. I don't know why they threw them in so early. It didn't seem like the Axe Warriors having too much of a problem. But yeah, look at this. All the ammo for the Orcs are nearly out here. So yeah, both sides really being very wasteful, I'd say, with their ammo. Like they are going to kill this Aerith from veteran, granted, but they're going to use up so much ammo doing it. The Dwarves here smacking away, trying to do their bit. Slicing and dicing. And it looks like now Gundabad Warlords are starting to win that fight. They're going to turn that around. Aerith and veterans being focused down, which is a little too much. It'll be interesting to see whether the Dwarves can get these crossbows into good positions. I wonder whether there's a little ledge here. You know, surely this would be okay. You could just then stand here and then just shoot into the side of all of these Rudar Macemen here that are starting to blob up. Got Blades of Gundabad in there as well. The Iron Guard are unfazed. They'll hold the line. The armor is thick and their spears are sharp. Yeah, looks like that's just going to end in a bit of a dead end there for the attackers. They might need to send in some halberds or something to push that choke point. And they can try and use halberds a little bit more on this side, I feel like, because crossbows can't arc. It's really difficult for them to do anything like that. And they're going to go angles, so maybe they could try and be a bit more aggressive with their halberds on that side, potentially. Elves are starting to break over here as well. It looks like the Bow Warriors just had a little bit too much. They couldn't take on these Marauders. I thought maybe they'd be able to take them out, or at least do some significant damage, but no, only lost 25 men. And there you go, Amarok Sentinels breaking as well. And that is the exterior defenses here for the Elves are broken and shattered. And now they kind of are retreating up towards the Citadel. We're going to see the next line of defense being Heroes of Amon Lang, which are a very elite spear unit. They are very, very tough to kill. So yeah, this is going to take a lot of Orcs to kill, I imagine. But we'll see. But yeah, let me know who you're backing. Are you backing the Dwarves and the Elves, or are you backing Gundabad to win this one? Do let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen. If I was the Elves, I would have tried to get off a cheeky resupply before the Orcs made a move. But yeah, I don't think they'll get a chance now. The Blades of Gundabad are on the way. But yeah, that could have been useful to get your Elves here resupplied at least once, maybe twice. You could have maybe got those Twilight Guard resupplied, because ammo is going to be in short supply, and you're going to need ammo later in this game. So yeah, resupplies would have been useful. And there's another one over there. Actually, I don't think they would have never got that one, but they might have got this one. Shame they didn't put one in this corner over here as well, because they definitely could have used that one. And yeah, they resupply barrels. Barrels are massive in Dawnless days and generally in Attila. If you have them, you should use them. More ammo for your archers, which are archers, especially in like Dawnless stays, really, really powerful. Can kill a lot of stuff. Especially all the like things that can't missile block. They're obviously ones you want to kill. There you go. Rudar Macemen are about a rout. They've managed to kill a mighty 7 Iron Guards. So you're going to need a lot more Rudar Macemen to be trying to assault this point here. But they have exhausted the Iron Guards. I imagine that's going to make them less effective in melee. And maybe a little bit easy to kill. I'm not sure. But the Shock Infantry, Berserkers and Gundabad, look like they're about to go in. And Shock Infantry excels against spears. So maybe that will be the key that will unlock this door here. I do not know. It could
Beware.
be.
Our hidden units
been discovered.
The enemy have rallied their units.
Oh, right. I didn't realize these guys were hidden. Heroes of Amalek have been found. Congrats. Oh, yeah, this is not good at all. Crossbows here. Forming up. Look at this. Focusing down these elves. And look at this. Heroes of Amalek are just going to go in. I don't know why they don't just rush forward with the Erebor axes. Just rush in, trying to catch these guys unawares. There you go. Finally, we're going to see the Erebor axes do exactly what I say. Like I'm a mind reader. Heroes of Amalek, though. Heroes of Amalek very wounded, and also so those spears there, and the shock infantry behind. And here we go. Yeah, dwarves going in. This is going to hopefully make a difference. Like it's still the same choke point they're fighting over, just a little bit further forward. It's going to be still pretty hard to flank around that. So the elves might as well come up and support their dwarven allies here. Looks like they are with archer fire, and here we go, shock infantry coming in as well. Oh, it's like it's a Hobbit all over again. Elves jumping over the heads of the dwarves, going in with those double-handed blades, hacking and slashing. They got archer fire as well from the top. Those marauders are going to quickly be routed there. We're going to have another, looks like Mountain Orc Reaver come forward here, an even poorer unit, another axe infantry unit coming forward. They're going to die pretty quickly. Yeah, halberds going to be thrown into the way there, try and put those guys to bed, or pole arms, I should say. Same thing, halberd, pole arm. There you go, marauders routed, and now I guess they got to deal with these orc reavers. It looks like we're going to see the stalkers come forward as well. They're just sending forward their crappy little like orc units before they send in the actual like proper uruks, or the actual Gundabad uruks. We've got 2 raiders up here though. Lara Croft has been sent in. The big old hammer. The Iron Guards are holding them at bay. Unfazed combat, even they are losing some troops. In fact, the Tomb Raiders are losing decisively. Well, I don't even think there's, yeah, archer fire supporting them. So yeah, they're just getting beaten in combat by dwarven infantry. A bit of a concern there for Gundabad. That is for sure. The Iron Guard, as you can see here, pushing Tomb Raiders back down this hill. Also looks like we've got, yeah, Gundabad Warlords in here. So 2 elite units here, going toe-to-toe with the dwarves, and struggling. I mean, this Erebor Axis warrior is nearly dead, but it's been in multiple fights already. It's not a big loss for the dwarves. It's done its job. It's done its duty. Iron Guards here, again, struggling against the Berserkers of Gundabad. Oh, sorry, Berserkers of Gundabad struggling against the Iron Guards, is what I meant to say. Because you'd expect the Berserkers to be winning that fight. No, not the case. Combat even. No change there. Numbers-wise, Gundabad has lost about 2,000, and the dwarves and elves have nearly lost 1,000.
Men have given up and are running for their lives.
Still looking good on the numbers game for Gundabad right now. Like, as it goes, they'll finish off with what? Sort of about 3,000 men left. They keep losing 2,000 men to every, well, actually maybe 1,000 men left, actually, because still be 800 dwarves and elves. Going like that, but also you got to remember that the elves and dwarves have used a lot, well, certainly the elves have used a lot of ammo. Now obviously helps with kills. The dwarves though are still pushing down. They've still got a lot of elites though at the both sides to use.
Men are broken and running for their lives.
And you can see here, Tomb Raiders.
Enemy has
Yeah, still
obliterated
struggling,
an
still
entire
struggling. We're going to have to see some reinforcements go up there, that's for sure. Get some more boys up there. Maybe they should have brought some trolls, the attackers. That might have helped out. Clearly the dwarves were prepared for trolls. They brought so many crossbows, so many arable crossbows here, which are just not really being used at all. But yeah, hopefully they get some angles soon and can stop being used, because those crossbows otherwise are kind of wasted here. They could have just brought more infantry. To be honest, it is a play you could use. Well, they should have brought axe throwers. They would have helped. Yeah, the dwarves are pushing back the forces of Gundabad here. Iron Guards here, still unfazed, only lost 20 dwarves. This is insane. And there you go, look at that. The fresh Axe Warriors going in there, helping to win this fight for the dwarves. That's very, very nice. It's what we like to see. But yeah, this is not good, actually. Crossbows getting into the backs of the elves. Come back up to the side. It's looking very dire right now. The elves and dwarves are being defeated. And that is another choke point that's been locked. And now the dwarves rear could be threatened. And the elves have set up some troops. We've got some Gladrium Sword Warriors here. Whether they can set up crossbows to maybe try and duel with the scavenge crossbows, or just to get some shots off first. I'll probably be doing that. Send these guys ahead. Get a couple of shots off on the incoming dwarves. Orcs. And then send in the shock infantry. That's what I'll be doing. Over on the other side as well, Heroes of Ammon Lank, pretty much unfazed. They are getting shot in the flank by mountain orc traverses, but they're nearly out of ammo, so they're not going to be able to kill these guys off quickly enough. And the Heroes of Ammon Lank will hold here for a long, long time. Got some shock infantry coming forward as well to support. And still a healthy Twilight Guard here with full ammo, which is good to see as well. Whether it looks like the elves are going to be aggressive on this side. We're going to see shock infantry maybe move forward. I would definitely be trying to contest these Blades of Gundabad and trying to contest this whole little patch here, because I think you could definitely try and get towards that resupply barrel and keep that in operation for the Elven Archers, which is what I would be trying to do. You want to keep these Elven Archers, some of them alive, and able to use that ammo barrow. Again, I don't know why they just allowed the scavenge crossbows to get a volley off for free there. Easy kills now, but they shouldn't have been allowed to just weaken the elves ever so slightly. There you go, slicing and dicing. Here we go. Another clash with the shock infantry. They should easily kill these stalkers off. Farming kills here. There you go, just going to see more and more troops getting feeded in. Warlords now coming up, though, for Gundabad. So that's a bit of a tougher opposition. Now we're going to see the aerial crossbows actually try and get some volleys off. They are obstructed, so they're not going to be able to fire. The player here needs to really get angles. He needs to understand the crossbows need a clear line of sight if they want to do well. He's like weakening the warlords a bit, killing a couple of them. You could do so much more damage if you got some angles going off. Like, you could just shoot down the side here. Like, just form up, shoot down the side. You can compete with these mountain orc traverses here, do some serious damage to them. Or you could probably actually get, actually you can't get into that ledge there. I was thinking you could get onto this ledge here, but you can't. But now he's just going to get shot for free by the orc traverses. Just a bit of a loss there. And yeah, Gladrium Sword Warriors here are losing now with those warlords going in. That is not good. The dwarves might need to turn some stuff around or send some shock infantry down. One or the other. It's not looking good for the forces of good. Slowly getting pushed back in some areas. The elves kind of letting the team down. Iron Guards here, yeah, still pretty much untouched. They're down to tired now. They must have freshened up since being in this fight. That's insane. They were exhausted at one point. They've actually gone up to tiredness. Little like rankings. Oh, and look at this. Gundabad has found a little sneaky hidden path. Yeah, look at that. Lothlorien's going to have to send his Heroes of Amon Lang back to block off this choke point. And this is the problem with all this aggressive plays by the Elves that are starting to do. It's opening up more choke points, and they're losing this fight here. The Elves tried something. It has failed. I'll give them credit for trying, but yeah, they have actually been off more than they can chew. A Goblin Marauder has now made an appearance. And that's actually trying to matching with these shock infantry quite nicely. There you go. I think these elves are going to get pushed back here in a moment. And then this... I mean, I don't know why they haven't taken out the supply barrel anyway, just to end the hopes for the elves. But once they break through there, then they're going to be able to surround this Hero of Amon Lang. So the elves are going to have to fall back again, especially since they're winning over here as well. And these Twilight Guard, they have still not been used. They've used it a little bit, but they could just focus down some of these archers, or they could try and turn this this fight around here earlier. They could have, but they decided not to. Yeah, this Twilight Guard instead shooting it head on into the combat that is involved in ahead. And they've got crossbows here in melee. I don't know why the crossbows. I think this might have been a misclick or something. They should not have been there. Men are breaking. Oh, yeah, there you go. The shock infantry's broken. And it's not looking good over here. The dwarves have actually committed some shock infantry. They're going to need to commit more. Whether they can start to get troops out of here, they need to start thinking about doing that. They need to start thinking about pulling back. The lower levels of the Citadel are lost. Barrack Guard are dying quite quickly down here to Tomb Raiders.
An entire unit.
Looks like, yeah, the shock infantry slowly dying here. They're actually just going to sneak on by these blades of Gundabad. They're going straight in for the crossbows. Terrible Axe Warriors, they're going in. They're going to try and save their crossbow brethren. But yeah, it doesn't really matter because they're going to lose still an Axe Warrior here and then this spear here, which have done an amazing job in this choke point here. They've killed hundreds of orcs of the dwarves here, especially these Iron Guards. They're going to die now for nothing because their allies couldn't hold the choke point. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. You can see in the back lines now. Gundabad sending forward, and actually the dwarves are going to just turn around. They're going to just face them. They should have just gone back to back, but now they've been drawn out. They're going to get surrounded here themselves. They should have gone back to back. So the Iron Guards and then the Dwarven Axe Infantry would have held for a lot longer. Yeah, the dwarves getting charged on the side and also pulling out of that combat to try and take on the archers. Yeah, they're just going to lose so many dwarves doing this. What a waste. We're going to see crossbows as well. Set up, just fire crossbows. What a waste of ammo it's going to be otherwise. Fire! Fire, men!
Forces have seized our gates.
For Erebor! Gonna do some work before you die. And they're shooting some of these Rudar Macemen down. The axes going through. But now that the axes have left, the Iron Guard are finally starting to die here. They're fresh as well. How the heck are they getting fresher with the fight? I don't know. But yeah, the 2 minutes here, they're beating these Iron Guard. It's just one too many shock infantry for that spear. Got traverses over here again, trying to just shoot these barrack guard in reserve. And the dwarves are starting to blob up quite a lot. Definitely not a good idea. Just a big archer target now if you just blob up so much. Halberds coming forward here, though. This is going to be a problem for the dwarves. I'm surprised that Erebor didn't bring any Tomb Wardens themselves, knowing that they are really good, and they're probably going to have a halberd fight on their hands anyway. Even if they didn't, just to hold that final choke point, Tomb Wardens are what you want in the choke point. You can see here, looks like Erebor Axe Warriors, they were winning this fight. I don't know if they're going to win it now. There are a lot of archers to kill off, so we'll see. They might be able to kill them. The crossbows here trying to do as much damage as possible. The Mountain Orc Traverse, though, I think could probably overpower these crossbows. I'm not sure. Be an interesting fight, actually. Because one is very heavy, one is heavy. Interesting to see. But they're going in, the silencing those crossbows. Doing what they can there. There's so much ammo left. The crossbows just needed to get angles. Well, they just shouldn't have been brought. They should have just brought more melee infantry. Shock infantry. I mean, looks like they don't have much ammo left for the attacks. Like barely any. I don't think, or maybe none now. I can't see any archers. Oh, no, there's one here with ammo. This is possibly the last archer unit with ammo. But yeah, luckily for the dwarves, they have no real ammo left. They can do some significant damage to all these dwarven barrack guard that are blobbing up here. The crossbows here though still have so much ammo, and they just can't use it. Whether they could shoot over the side into the side of this combat, like they're looking at the wrong combat. They should be shooting the one over here, like shoot those guys in the back as well. They get some good kills. The crossbows over here, I think, are trying to shoot as well. Whether they could shoot down into the halberds, that might be a better combat for them to shoot into. And the elves, by the way, still holding on just about. Here's Vamon Lank here. They are stabbing them up, stabbing up these damn orcs, trying to kill as many as they can. Archers with the ammo going into combat. It's a sad sight. Twilight Guard, though, will hold the line for a little while. They are super, super good in melee. Can be almost counted as a hybrid unit. And yeah, over here, looks like they're actually, I don't know, actually. I was thinking they might win that fight, but maybe not. That's a healthy Gundabad Warlord that's going in there. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to win that fight. And looks like, yeah, shock infantry being retreated. Whether it's going to get sent down elsewhere. We've got Mantra Claimers now being thrown in as well. Whether they're going to try and contest this choke point here. But if they are going to contest this choke point, they need to use the Erebor crossbows to shoot into the backs of units. And we've got Mountain Traverses now. They are shooting the barrack guard here, trying to do as much damage to them as possible. It looks like both sides also retreating. The dwarves withdrawing behind their iron guards. And it looks like we're going to see maybe the halberds and the blades of Gundabad come forward once again to try and maybe break through this line. And again, more archers trying to sneak in behind. It's an even fight. I'd say, looking at numbers, the crossbows will win that fight there. Yeah, again, look at this. Look at the archers doing a really good move here, actually. Tying down the Mantra Claimers here, because now the Mantra Claimers can't get up to support their swords, which is where they really want to get to and hold that choke point there, but they can't do that now. They're being tied down by a little Traverser, and this might open up the opportunity to flank those crossbows and those spears over there. Not that they really need to. I think the spears are going to lose to the Tomb Raiders, but we'll see. The Mantra Claimers, the elite sword's been sent in. Yeah, it looks like now, finally, the airable crossbows now being matched up with fighting some Blades Gundabad. They are losing that fight there and also getting recharged by 2 Wardens here. They were actually winning that fight against Mountain Orc Traverses. So, if that question was always on your mind about who was going to win, Orc Traverses or Crossbows, Crossbows would win that fight. You can sleep happy now, guys, knowing that.
Running for their lives.
Looks like, yeah, they're going to make a retreat now to the final sort of like part of the settlement here. They don't look like they have enough there to hold all these choke points. They might want to just think about retreating up here to the very, very top to defend with Barlin here. Just at the top. Barlin with some pole arms could do certainly a good amount of damage. Still a lot of orcs to kill. 4,500 against 1,300. Dwarves and elves. I mean, it's still possible they could do it. It's going to need to kill a few generals. Hope they come forward and get themselves killed. Archers would really need to be being used overtime. Well, the crossbows anyway need to be used overtime. There is still Haldir, which has full ammo, which is something as well. Oh, no. The magic claimers are starting to die. I mean, a healthy Tomb Warden going into your side is probably not helpful. Smashing the shields of these Mantra Claimers, denting them. Yeah, that is. Yeah, it's a shame to see these guys getting pinned back, forced almost into this little courtyard here. There you go. That choke point's finally been broken. The Iron Guards here finally are dead. Interesting to see how many kills they've got. But yeah, they've been killed off. And now it's just whether they can break through these Mantra Claimers. It's not when, actually. It's not if, it's when. They will do it. Looks like the elves over here, they're finally being isolated and killed off. It's a shame to see things like Twilight Guard with ammo left being killed. But it is what it is. I was saying that the elves needed to save their ammunition. Maybe they didn't need to save it this much. Maybe they should have used it before they sent them into melee. That's usually a given. You send them into melee. I mean, they had a Twilight Guard here with like no ammunition, and they didn't send that in. They sent in one with ammo. Makes a bit no sense. Okay, it looks like they're going to defend all these multiple choke points instead of just defending the one. I mean, fair enough. It's a bit more honourable, I guess. And if you're like wanting a quick siege, got places to be. But if you really want to have a chance of winning it, they really should try and retreat to that final choke point. Iron Guards here only losing 8. They are going to be here for a long, long time. That's the good thing about Iron Guards. It's why they a must-have at a siege battle. They really are. Like, these guys just are unbreakable. They really, really are. They will just fight to the last man. Very, very good. But yes, as you can see now, Gundabad is just preparing for the final assault. They're going to just go rush up this hill and fight the Airable Axe Warriors. It's going to be a tough fight. Looks like we're seeing a lot of archers with no ammo being used now as melee infantry. They are kind of running low on swords. They have a lot of shock left, but it's not the end of the world because the elves and the dwarves don't have much ammo, or the units they have left with ammo can't really be used in this small confined space. The crossbows just aren't that useful here. And it does make you think, would they have been better off bringing
They are trying
some
to
more
take
swords
out our general.
or
Defend
axes or
him.
something like that? Or like I said, axe throwers. That would be ideal. Because, yeah, none of these crossbows even use half their ammo. Really poor. Really, really poor. But here we go. Shield wall is formed up by Erebor here. And now we're going to see 2 Mordans lead the charge. Get that charge bonus. And it looks like Berserkers as well going in. And they push back this line ever so slightly. And now the brutal fighting begins. Axe Warriors there, losing decisively. Yeah, it's no surprise. 2 very tough shock infantry to deal with there. Now we're seeing the elves actually engage. They're not even letting the orcs impale themselves on the spears here. They're just engaging with Twilight Guard. Just let the orcs get themselves impaled. Yeah, we've got Marauders down here. We've got... what we still got? Goblin Marauders. Yeah, Blades. 2 Raiders. Yes, solid units there. Marauders. Surprised there's still any of them alive. Thought they all got killed off in the first wave. Halberds here, though, are starting to have their effect on this fight. The Iron Guards are starting to thin, and they're starting to lose. I wonder if also the shock infantry, the berserkers I can see in here, are having an effect on the outcome of this fight. It doesn't seem like the halberds are doing too much. You can see Erebor here trying to get some side shots into the side of these few berserkers that are starting to flank the Iron Guards here. I guess this is kind of effective. This is kind of what you got to do there. You got to put your units on a bit of an angle to allow like the crossbows to get a bit of a shot off. Not too much of an angle that they can sneak by, but they need a little bit more than this. I think the crossbows get some substantial kills. At least they're using their ammo. This one's actually going to get below half ammo, which is something. We've got halberds here also coming up there now. Yeah, going to kill off these Erebor Axe Warriors. They did not last long. And then Balin's already up here. He's getting ready to go in. Got shock infantry as well, whether they want to be thrown in before Balin. Two Raiders are losing to Twilight Guard. That is impressive. I think if it's a healthy unit of something, the two Raiders are taking on it one-on-one, they seem to lose most times. Seems like they can't deal with like most elite units, to be honest. I think they are kind of underpowered, the two Raiders, a little bit. Just in my opinion, maybe. Like, they're really good flanking, but like actually head on in a fight, yeah, not a chance. Halder here needs to start using his ammo as well. Like, you've got to shoot something, man. Maybe not the Marauders, maybe the Tomb Raiders. Or halberds that are still causing some problems. I'd be starting to shoot these guys. We've got swords here, walls that are broken through. I think it's because, yeah, as you can see here, the gap is very much open. There's very much a gap. The Iron Guard are nearly dead, sadly. And yeah, now the Erebor crossbows are very much dead. We can see a tiny little barrack guard go down and try and help out. Yeah, this choke point here really could do with some support. Maybe those Galadrim Sword Warriors could come out of it. I do not know. Or the other barrack guard over here that's free could be sent in. But Halder, he's got to start firing at something. Elves and dwarves fighting side by side. It's like the good old days. Yeah, shock infantry not going to do well in this polearm fight, that's for sure. They don't have the range. They can't get their swords close enough to kill the polearms. And the only polearm that the defenders have is in the wrong place. And it's doing a lot of damage granted to these Tomb Raiders here. It's just in the wrong place. It should not be here. It should be over here. They've kind of stabilized now that the polearms have pulled back. So, I mean, that's something. Look at all the shock infantry in here, though. Such a variety of shock in there. There's 5 units of shock. Imagine if Haldir started firing into that. He could get so many kills. Instead, he's firing out at the moment over here against Berserkers. Still a good target, granted. I just think that's the juiciest target I've ever seen of shock infantry. So many down there. And those, those elven bows could rip through them. They could really do with that barrack guard over here, because that would hold the line for quite a while. Instead, it's intent on just standing over here, or even the Twilight Guard. They don't need anything else to support this Gladrim Spear Warrior. Just leave that on its own. It could do the job. Oh, their backs are losing here. The shock infantry of the elves. A reinvigorated attack by the orcs, forcing them back. The hammers of the orcs here starting to fall hard on the skulls of those elves. Oh, and they've broken through. Berserkers have got through. I think they have been focused down quite heavily by Haldir here, who is winning that melee fight. Good on him. But as some men, it's silenced their only bow unit left. And finally, Dwarven Barrack Guard as well came into action. Like, very, like, I don't know. They're just, like, responding to the danger, not, like, sensing the danger of the defenders here today. They're not being proactive. They're just being reactive. And they're actually sending it. Haldir's going into melee as well. He's a good melee unit. Though he is only he's very light. So he's, after a little bit of time in combat, he does start to suffer. But he's got to use his bow ammo. He's got to use that up first. That's what you're there for, man. You're a bow unit. It's what you excel in. Especially as an elf. So you can see Balin here on the front lines. What a legend, leading the way. He does not fear death. Not at the hands of the orc. Yeah, I'm starting to send some of these Tomb Raiders packing. Well, I say that as they rally. Jeez, come on. Yeah, I think it's not if, it's when the defenders break now, because 500 against 3,600, I just don't think they can do it. I do not think they can do it. For crossbows in melee here. I think this is one of the big mistakes, bringing these guys. They didn't get used up to their full potential. We've been better off bringing more melee infantry units, or halberd, like a halberd unit. Or bringing axe throwers. Or bring them, but just use them. It's not looking good. We've got more crossbows. Oh, what are they doing? Just killing off the Berserker. I think that is the case. There's one Berserker that's somehow still alive in the middle of all this. Is he trying to cap the point? I think he was, maybe. Good on him. Yeah, this is not looking good here. This I think it's going to be the choke point that gives in. Violence is running low on Mansion Claimers. That's what it is. Yeah, they actually got the crossbows and melee because they can't do anything else. So they might be able to no. Might be able to shoot through here. I don't know. It's a difficult angle. Might be able to shoot onto the side of the combat here as well. definitely could shoot onto the side of the combat there, actually, if they got themselves out of melee, but they're not. They're very much in melee now, and they're very much dying. Of course, they're dying to Tomb Raiders. They have no chance taking these guys on. One's highly trained in melee, the other is used to shooting bolts from a long distance away. This is not looking good. You can see the dwarves, I think, going to master out here, actually. I think, looking at that, that's not looking good at all. Dwarves are master outing. Elves might follow pretty soon as well. Yeah, there you go. Dwarves master outed. Balin's dead as he master outs. And I think we're going to see the elves do the same in a moment here. I mean, they're just going to get surrounded by these units that are just broken through. And it's going to be a defeat here for the elves and dwarves. But they gave their lives, well, not for anything, because we don't know if there's reinforcements on the way. There might be another army, who knows. But they gave their lives for the good of Middle-earth. And it was for nothing. And Haldir still didn't use all his ammo. That's still going to annoy me. But there you go, a valiant defeat for the Lothlorien player and his teammate. But yeah, this was sent in by Simon C. from his perspective playing as Lothlorien. Says, thank you very much, Simon, for sending this one in. Very much appreciated. Got 135 kills with Haldir, which he did mostly in melee. It shows how good he is in melee. But what he could have got if he shot his ammunition. One Amarok Sentinel here. He got 183 kills. It's a very good unit. I don't know why I didn't bring more of these guys, to be honest. The Galadrim Sword Warriors did all do pretty solid, all getting mostly triple figures. There's only one got 82 kills, 270, 227, some solid kills there. Heroes of Aman really varied in kills. 202 kills and 55, the two like extremes there. But yeah, always a solid unit. Another like Iron Guard sort of level like spear unit. You just have to bring the hold forever. 121 kills with the Galadrim Spear Warriors here is not too bad, and they were still very healthy. They would have got a lot more kills. Bow Warriors here getting 181 kills, 168 with the Twilight Guard, 270, 271, some solid kills. Then we have Neil Richard, son, playing as Erebor, 141 kills with Balin. The Mantra claims only getting 105 kills, kind of low for them. Dwarven Barrack Guard, oof, none of them even getting triple figures. That is poor. Actually, all of his shock really suffered in this game. Erebor Axe Warriors getting 105, 164 kills, 198. These guys are doing the real killing, it seems. Along with the Iron Guards, 26 kills. The other two getting triple figures as well. Erebor Crossbows, 110 kills, and then 100. Actually, that's it. The only one got 110 kills. The others got like 80, 70, which, to be honest, not using much of their ammo is pretty impressive. Then we have Woodahek playing as Gundabad. His sword infantry really struggled in that game. It seemed like it obviously was taking on some really elite sort of dwarves and elves. And also, you're not going to have like big kills because you're fighting dwarves and elves. But 100 kills for Gundabad Warlord here. 142 kills with the Berserkers. 207 with the Tomb Raiders down here. 109 and 117 kills with his Mountain Orc Traversers. 128 kills with these Scavenge Crossbows. Then we have Silvenio playing as the other Gundabad player. 104 kills with his Blades here. 131 kills with the Gundabad Warlords, 277 with kills with the Tomb Raiders, very, very good. And then, yeah, nothing else really getting so, like, huge kills. His Mountain Orc Traverses 94 kills. But, yeah, that's kind of it. But there you go, guys. That is today's Siege Battle. If you did enjoy, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new on here, and a comment to show your support. It really does help out the channel. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next Dawnless Days Siege Battle. Until then, bye for now.